My heart is in Pittsburgh, my brain is in California, and my fingers are in your hair, so let's cut the small talk. I'm way more fun drunk, not in like I'm really fun when I'm drunk kind of way, but more like you need to be drunk in order to have fun around me kind of way. You're disgusting. You're disgustingly perfect. I gave up for Lent. I wish the Oscars had a Best Extra category. I would love to see a Jessica Lowry take home the award for outstanding performance as girl in lobby number three. Her ability to fill space and pantomime conversation is unprecedented, and she should be celebrated. Things won't get better if you're gone. You can't feel relief if you're a carcass. If it's the shadows that you're running from, remember that eyes only see darkness. Listening for answers that would never be heard, I realized that silence speaks louder than words. Seeking explanation, I felt deaf and blind and deaf. I don't care if you're gone. I just hate how you left. Good things happen to those who wait, except when there's free food involved. That shit goes quick. I smashed my smoke detector because I'd rather die a fiery, painful death than listen to it judge me every time I cook bacon. He told me I should trust him. I had no reason not to. He filled me right up, right to the brim, and my feelings quickly grew. He said it never hurt me, and to this day he had not. He said it never hurt me, but it seemed he soon forgot. I turned the other cheek when he would talk to other girls. They were on vacation, but to him I was the world. He promised he'd protect me, then he struck me limb to limb. Guess I never knew how much knew he meant I needed protection from him. He pleaded for forgiveness. I fell down to the ground. He said he had a sickness and he needed me around. Again, he had to grovel when my face hit the cement. I crumbled like the grovel when he offered his lament. He said I was his futures, and so I took his word. He said I was his future, and then the rest was all blur. He told me to leave sooner. I couldn't do that never. Blood and bruises disappear, but my true love is for forever. He said he'd never leave me, and on his mother's grave, he swore. So I guess he kind of shook me when he walked right out the door. They told me to get away. There was no reason I could find. So I guess I learned the hard way. Lesson being, love is blinding pain. If you plan on giving someone the silent treatment, make sure they give a fuck about what you have to say. Like lots of elderly people, my grandma was hard of hearing. Like lots of hard of hearing people. My great grandma wore a hearing aid. My family is loud and we are annoying, and there are a lot of us. Sometimes at holidays are obligatory bonding time. After all the kids had too much sugar, the adults had too much liquor. My great grandma simply would turn down her hearing aid just like that. She switched the room to mute. At the turn went off, she turned her bickering into a silent movie. She was able to hush the world and create her own peace. Her disability was her superpower. Next time you pour everything you have into someone, make sure they don't have any leaks. God has a sick sense of humor. He put men and women on this earth. They told them not to only coexist, but to reproduce. He built their bodies to survive on one another, yet built their brains to agree on virtually nothing. God is so good. Cheese cravings are a sign you have a calcium deficiency, and it also signifies that you really like cheese. If you're craving red meat, you have an iron deficiency, and also hamburgers are delicious. A desire for salty food, meaning you need more essential fatty acids. Alternatively, that you like non-essential fatty food. If you eat chocolate in copious amounts, you're lacking magnesium. That and self-control. You woke up hard me. I thought I was dead, but I guess it was just sleeping. I awake before the sun with a head as clear as ice. I thought of having zero thoughts. I thought would be quite nice, but I taste the cold and feel the dark the moment I wake up. It's like my body misses you before my mind can catch up. One buckle, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, better lock the door. 5, 6, why the fuck are you taking demands from a nursery rhyme? Grow back bone if you can't even. Stand up to a poem. Run for preschoolers. You stand no chance on the real world. Start thinking for yourself. Damn. I saw a very old man buying pads for women today. That's the kind of love I want. Old man buying feminine hygiene products kind of love. The dislike button is my biggest critic. Am I a good person? Check my analytics. I'm lucky. I know. I don't even misinform. I just need a moment. I don't need to perform. I realize I'm blessed, but if I may spin it, When you're you for a living, you can't take a minute to process your thoughts of confusion or sorrow. We are yesterday's stars or tomorrow, and we are tomorrow's yesterday news. What's next is the question I can't escape from. I'm not yet the person I'm meant to become. I want to do more, much more. In fact, I want to dance and sing and act, but I can't get hired till I promise to tweet it. So I'll just film, edit, post, and repeat it. I'll stick to the schedule because my biggest fear is to get lost in the crowd and disappear. But some days that doesn't seem so bad. Pursuit of happiness sounds obscene when your stars of joy is numbers on a screen. So you tell me what's my worth today. Do you love me as much as yesterday? Quantify me, give me my rating. I hope you can forget my clickbaiting. And but the conundrum is this life that conditioned me to treat every day as if it's an audition for a part I'm not even sure that I want. We're fragile and scared and nobody cares, but because we're the millionaires, fuck your skills or the things you did. You take selfies for a living, your opinion's valid. Compromise yourself to gain a fan, monetize your life any way you can. I'll tell you whatever you need me to say. Just stay relevant. Every day. So please like, comment, and subscribe. That's actually a pretty good illustration of the spiders. So subscribe. I like that. Are you happy or are you not? Are you not sad? Pardon me, just kind of running to read how many pages I have. Looks like okay, at the 248. So I'm almost there. I don't know what it is that I see in you, and I don't even know what I want. I don't understand what you came here for. Can't you find some other heart to haunt? I think it was always meant to end this way. There was never a time we were in sync. Can't pretend to reminisce. There were no good old days, but please don't try to tell me what to think. I don't know what it is that I think I should be. If I could, I don't know what it is I'd change. I've had these expectations that aren't fair of me. Maybe I just really like the pain. I don't know why it is I can't talk to you. I've always worn my feelings on my shirt. It doesn't make much sense that we still would want this, that we would want this still, but I think secretly deep down we like to hurt. The game was always how I can manipulate this lust to make it seem like something real. I know you think that everything we had was fake, but I won't try to tell you how to feel. I can't begin to say what you mean to me. I can't begin to tell you why. As much as I would never like to see you again, please don't make this poem our last goodbye. I have to go make a bottle and feed the baby. I have to go post a selfie and feed my ego. How do I feel? The entire car right here, I kept envisioning a gruesome head-on collision with the fucking semi and a buckle and seatbelt just in case. That's how I feel. Jesus fucking Christ. You really hurt my feelings, but the person that I talk to when my feelings are hurt, so this is kind of awkward. Anyways, what's up? Could you, sir, if you don't mind, defuse the bomb in my chest? If it's not much too trouble, could you be so kind as to solve this wiry mess? I know what this diminishing number means. I'm running out of seconds, it seems. I'm about to be blown to smithereens, and the ticking is making me anxious. So please, sir, if you can spare the time to defuse the bomb in my chest. I don't know what dying feels like. You too? I'll let you know when I find out. Oh, wait. God is a gracious host, but he isn't too polite to let you know. When you voice share you're welcome, it's time to leave the party. He wanted to be 10 years younger. She wanted to be 20 pounds lighter. So they played pretend. Then they finally met. Turns out they were perfect for each other. Be careful, they warn. Be cautious, they say. If you keep living like this, you'll die one day. I never gave a damn about sunset. I never cared to look up at the sky, watch my sister's birth and my brother's death, and never stopped asking why. Never tried to find the goal at the rainbow's end, and I never told never once told a secret told to my childhood friend. I never tried to count the stars in a raised belt with the earth and moon aligned with Mars. Not feeling was felt. I really couldn't give a shit about solar eclipse, and I really can't be bothered with marigolds or tulips. Never really noticed the beauty of the trees, the butterflies, the dragonflies, the ladybugs, and bees. I haven't looked for shapes in clouds since I was young, and I don't give a damn. If I ever never hear a blue jay sing, mountains aren't majestic if you don't pay them any mind. My vision is perfectly fine, but I might as well be blind. All this looking at will surely be my demise, but I'd rather die than wake up in time to watch a fucking sunrise. Like, I didn't think I was, like, gonna like it that way, but I like it, I like it. I stopped loving my lover, that light burnt out. I stopped calling my mother, I smushed that bulb to bits. I'm wary of my friends, now there's glass strewn about. I stopped loving myself. Now I'm left in darkness. Take a moment and close your eyes. When you imagine your insides, what do you see? Do you see pink tunnels and white bones and a juicy red heart? Do you imagine blue veins and green spleens like some textbook coloring book or some magic school bus amusement park ride? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but under your layers of ivory, peachy, black, brown, or yellow skin is total darkness. There's no light inside of you. The color of you is the color of the back of your eyelids. When I ask you to close your eyes and measure inside, your heart for all the long years of life has been beating in the dark. I need you to unsay some stuff you said and undo the things you did, so perhaps possibly one day, I can maybe unlove you, kid. In link in bio. Very funny. I woke up and put on a pot of coffee. I am my father. I left the pot on and burnt it. I am my mother. Ever notice that manicurists never have their nails done? Ladies and gentlemen, the American dream. He snatched an innocent porcelain angel from the shelf and smashed it against the wall. Delicate shrapnel filled the air in search for a place to settle. That was my great grandmother. She sobbed. She sent a crystal vase plummeting towards the dusty scruff floor. Tiny lethal diamonds scattered, waiting to lodge themselves into an unsuspecting heel. That was my great grandson. He scoffed. This thing we're doing, it's merely a photocopy of what he had. Just like some flat thought of a beautiful moment past, but I'll take it for now. I'll pin it above my headboard and look at it before I go to sleep. Every single night for however long it takes, until it blends in with the walls and I forget it's there. And one day maybe I'll catch my eye again and I'll look at it with fondness and affection. Maybe I'll feel a whisper of the warmth you brought, or maybe I'll feel a hint of exhaustion, but memories will always just be that. Be just that. Just be that. Fuck. So I'll toss in the pile with the rest, or add it to my photo album, and I'll keep that I keep in the attic. The past is for visiting, not living. I'm trembling, but I'm in fear. You terrify me, but I'm not scared. There was once a boy named Sonny. He never had much money, so he busted his ass, and now he flies first class, and life is sweet as honey. Sonny slaves away. He has no time to play. He swallows a pontoon, a pills by noon just to get through the day. Lately, I just don't feel like myself. Are you sure that's a bad thing? If you can't decide whether to laugh or cry, just laugh until you cry. There's always that asshole in every class that tells the others, Santa's not real. You think that chump flies around the world in his reindeer-powered automobile and carries all those presents on his tiny little sleigh? He never pulled off. It's impossible. Come on, give me a break. It's like when they lost the magic themselves. They wanted to steal from everyone else. But if they find out that they're wrong, they're going to be pissed. Well, if Santa's real, you're just on the naughty list. I guess I know that you probably, definitely, maybe, for sure are potentially the one for me. Focus on me, be the best I can. I think I've had enough time to myself. I'm ready to share it with someone else. If I'm honest, I've had enough of me. I've got a head full of nightmares, a heart full of rage, a belly full of liquid, and a sink full of dishes. I'll start with the dishes. Did you ever wake up in the morning and really want a bowl of cereal, but you're out of milk, so instead of milk, you use orange juice, and instead of cereal, you use vodka? Fucking shit. People are always looking for evidence that aliens exist, but the proof is right in front of us. You know that gymnast that holds that other great other gymnast overhead with one hand while doing a triple pirouette? While that other gymnast touches her feet to the back of her head, then dismounts by spiraling upwards 40 times. Alien. You know that 8-year-old singer that auditions on some competition show causes the hair of every single man, woman, and child in the audience, and everyone viewing at home from the comfort of their unconscious stand straight up on the backs of their necks. Alien. You know that regular-looking guy that shoots a basketball backwards across the entire court, blindfolded in one effortless try. You hear a perfect, untainted swish. Alien. You know that person who created that robot girlfriend that moves its face all human-like and learns your interest and has conversations with you about cars or cooking or hentai or whatever it is you like to do in your alone time? Alien. They're here. They're awesome. They're winning champions and making cool apps and starring in viral videos. Just let the aliens live already. If I had one wish, it'd be to never have a typo in a poem again. If you're afraid to fly, just remember you're more likely to die on the way to the airport than a natural plane crash. Oh, that didn't make you less nervous to fly? It just made you more nervous to drive? My bad. In middle school, I always wanted to join a sport or team, but between the sign-up fee, the price of uniforms, it just wasn't in the cards. One day, I found that track and team fields was only $25 to join. I saved up my money and I signed up immediately. I couldn't wait to run. The first practice, I was so excited to feel like I was finally part of something and I had somewhere to go after school. The first practice, someone had made fun of my shoes because they were from Payless. I ran. That's one of my most painful memories. Not because some preteen twat said something cruel to me, but it's because I felt I let it affect my decision and determined from doing something that I wanted to do. From that day on, I swore to myself that I would never allow others in activity to prevent me from being happy. From that day on, I promised I would never run. Phones keep getting keep getting slimmer, and people keep buying them. Buying them cases kept getting thicker, and people keep buying them. My phone feels the same, but my wallet feels slimmer. If I had to choose between this hangover and death, I would definitely choose. Well, this hangover, obviously, but OMG, this killed me. This fucking sucks. When life is great and nothing's wrong, I'll stay in your mind like a catchy song. When you come up for air and you're feeling free, I'll weigh you down like lead boots in the sea. If you try to wash me down in the drain, I'll stick thick in the mud, I'll stick to your brain. When you're filled with joy without concern, I'll haul you out like a jack-o'-lantern. When nothing you do is completed, you'll get up to go, but it'll keep you seated. When you start to develop hope and the future's bright, I'll snuff out the sign and prolong the night. No matter personal financial success, I'll crawl up your skin with the reaper's caress. When you're close to escaping but missed by a thread, I'll be here waiting with a gun to your head. Jesus fucking Christ. I'd like some ranch, please. But just so you know, that's going to be an extra 50 cents. Okay, but just so you know, fuck. Is it never give up on the one you love, or if you love them, let them go? Because these quotes are getting confusing, and honestly, I just gotta know. Because they say when it's right, it's easy, but also that relationships take a lot of work. Most would agree in the first one, unless their loved one is a jerk. Then they say that time heals all wounds. But also, absence makes the heart grow fonder. How both sentiments could be true, one surely has to ponder. Should we have a lot in common, or do opposites attract? I suppose it depends on you if you have similar interest to a girl with an awesome to the chick with that awesome rack. My neighbors have really loud sex, a lot of it. I'm happy for them. I just wish she'd fake her orgasms a little more quietly. I almost complained once, but then I realized if I can hear them having animalistic passionate intercourse, they can hear me watching 13 consecutive hours of Friends. Let bygones be bygones, I guess. I like my men like I like my pizza. Not very picky. You'll break my heart and glue it together. I'll bruise your ego, then kiss the battery. I'll crush my soul and put a band-aid on it. I'll cool your body, then I'll embalm it. A ghost keeps on messing with me in the most irritating ways. He, she, it. The little typically ghosty things like playing with the lights and messing with the doors. Sometimes my keys disappear when I'm late and then reappear after I've already paid for an Uber. My lights will flicker when it's late and I'm alone, but nothing ever happens when people are around. Sometimes stuff just falls off the wall. Seriously, it's some spooky stuff. But he, it, they never does anything to hurt me unless you count the time he, they, she cut my power while I was watching the finale of Dexter. But honestly, even that ended up being more of a favor. So I decided that my ghost isn't here to scare me. He, she's, it's just a lonely dude, gal thing that wants some company, a distraction. So he, whatever, is welcome to blow out my candle or lock me out anytime because I think we all understand what it's like to be haunted by loneliness. Our chicken is like that chicken. Our love is like that chicken in the back of the fridge. I know it's expired. I'm just not ready to throw it away. The worst part about breakup is knowing that some other girl will reap the benefits of all the lessons I taught him. Everyone has to learn. It just sucks being the teacher. I hope you appreciate the way you two make up after an evening of heated exchange. I wish his crash test dummy. I hope you love the way he holds you when you're feeling insecure. I was the placeholder. I hope you notice how he listens when you speak about the way he's upsetting you. It took a lot of yelling to make his ears work. I hope you enjoy that thing he does with his tongue. I'm not talking about the pretty things he says to you, though I taught him that too. I hope he acknowledges that the way he appreciates the little things you do for him, but he didn't know what he had lost until he lost it. That's right, I went through all the trouble, and some other girl will benefit from my hard work, but maybe the next guy will actually, well, I've already learned from the teacher before me. Maybe he'll have his degree in decency. Maybe he'll graduated from boy to man. And probably some other girl will have taught him how. Teachers truly have the toughest job. Agreed. You're fighting an uphill battle and you're falling fast. And as much as you'd like to bring me with you, I'm not chilling you out. Jack, you've changed. Thank God I was the fucking worst. His arm alarm clock is the sound of your head hitting the pillow. When your eyes shut, he opens his blinds. It's time for you to rest after your hard day's work. But his is just beginning. After all, someone's got to produce the movies you're going to watch all night. Someone's got to make you fly across the orange and cloudy sky. Someone's got to paint the picture of the guy who's a weirdly sexy mixture of your fifth grade substitute English teacher and that one famous television preacher. He'll make you bold and unafraid to fiercely take center stage and give the performance of a lifetime, all while you're tucked in night and tight at bedtime. But art isn't always beautiful. It isn't always kind. Art is pain. Art is fear. Art is insecurity. Not all movies are romance or comedy. Some films are drama or horror. Some are psychological thrillers. And the artist doesn't play favorites. He makes you fly, but he'll let you fall into an abyss where you'll have to crawl through an obstacle course of bones and mud to greet whoever who wants your blood. Someone's got to sketch the monster with its venomous teeth and flea-ridden fur. If you find you're naked in public, blame him. He's the douche that'll make you swim through dismembered limbs and severed heads, all where you're safe and sound in bed. For every dream, there's a nightmare, and each night's sleep is a gamble. So try and enjoy the show, because either way, sleep is inevitable. Oh, I forgot to mention, something will force you to make out with your cousin, that fucking pervert. I find people who suck me dry, and maybe they find me. I'll always lend a helping hand, but for me, there's no guarantee. That is, of course, unless I have something they might need. Looks like the price of loneliness has an exchange rate of greed. I'll hang with peeps who take what they can, then vanish without a trace. Because I guess that's being all used up is better than going to waste. Every day is just a battle between, am I too hungry to sleep or tired to eat? Statistics show that beautiful people have it easier. By thinking in a lot of ways, they have it way harder. It sucks that they're constantly minding their looks and honestly kind of personally punished. Just because just like you can't help it that you're smart or good at guitar or born dancer, they can't help it. They can't help it that they're pretty. I don't think it's fair that pretty people's accomplishments are downplayed and chalked up to getting special treatment. I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone comment on a woman's success with must be nice to have big tits. Believe it or not, it's possible to have big tits and also big dreams. It's possible to have a great ass and also a great work ethic. It's possible to have a unique face and also a unique sense of humor. Even with people jobs reliant on appearance will still work their perfect round asses off to be better than all the other beautiful unicorns in their field. God graces everyone differently. And some people are graced with a high IQ. Some people are graced with musicality. Some people are graced with coordination. Some people are graced with beauty. Good for them. I'm going to say this now. I'm going to get to this today. My throat's starting to hurt a little bit. It's starting to get dry. That's why I was drinking some water. So I don't think I'm going to get to it today. I'll get to it sometime later, I guess. Order, I saw a woman at a restaurant choking her meal and collapse. I'll have what she's having. Real life love is a lot like a fairy tale. You got to kiss a few frogs to find your prince and something to give you rewards. Hop in, he said. Trust me, I'll drive. And then we went for the most magical ride. He took me on a private VIP tour and showed me roads I'd never traveled before. Then he started to speed it faster and faster, slow down, and yelled to avoid disaster. But he kept on rolling quick and brash, and before we knew it, there was a crash. We survived. I'm alive, but I'm covered in bruises and achy inside. Now I'm nervous in ways I wasn't before. I'm fearful of cars and everything sore. Sometimes there's no cut or gas, but you still feel that nagging bitch of whiplash. Some people want the rush to the future, and you can live in the fast lane, but the end comes sooner. His hand in my hair and his smile on my lips. This is gonna hurt. I bet you read that. Didn't realize that's a haiku, bitch. The earth is shaking. I'm the epicenter where the fault ruptures. Another haiku. That is some middle school shit. Did I do this one right? You're the funniest person I know, besides Bob from work. That guy's alright. You're the kindest person I know. Well, after my sister, she makes me pancakes when I stay over. You're the best listener I know, besides my cat. She never cuts me off. You're the most trustworthy person I know, besides Father Kevin. But that goes without saying. You're the best looking person I know in person. That is. Have you seen some of these Instagram models? You're the most talented person I know. If I'm not counting myself, I mean, have you read this book? You're okay, I guess. I think we should see other people. Life isn't about fitting in. It's about finding people who move over. I never understood you've changed as an insult. If people didn't change, we wouldn't have the wheel or refrigerators or HDTV. Without changing, we wouldn't have modern medicine or technology. Or Froyo that tastes like birthday cake. If people didn't change, we'd still be wearing diapers. We'd still be afraid of the monsters under our bed. We'd still be doing that weird thing with our makeup that we did in middle school that our sister tried to tell us looked bad, but insisted that she was just jealous. Maybe that was just me. But we wouldn't know the quadratic formula, the periodic tables of elements, or the Dewey Decimal System. Well, I guess that wouldn't really matter that much. People who would still think the Earth's so flat. What? That's a thing again, huh? Point is, change is learning, change is growth, change is beautiful and powerful and necessary. So please tell me I changed, because as far as I'm concerned, that's no insult. That's the best compliment you could give me. Before I changed, I was sad, insecure, and defeated. Before I changed, I felt small and alone and fearful. Before I grew up, I acted in a way that was brash and defensive and combative. Yes, I've changed. Thank you for noticing. I'm the cockiest, most insecure, confident, self-conscious, self-assured, anxious, proud, self-loathing person I know. I don't know, you know? Some of these poems were written because inspiration struck, others were written because I had a deadline and needed to fill the pages. Can you guess which are which? People are really weird about handing homeless people money. I'd rather buy them a meal, they say. They'll just spend it on booze, they say. So what if they do? It's not just alcohol they're drinking, it's an elixir. It's not the liquor they're buying, it's the numbness. Food will make them full, but maybe they'd rather empty their minds if only for a few hours. You like a drink after a hard day at the office? I think this guy deserves one after his hard night in the street. Just give this guy a buck, would ya? I don't know if I should play hard to get or give in. Because I want you to miss me, but I'm afraid that you won't. What if one day they make kids read this shit in English class? It'll only be way after I'm dead and gone, of course. Students would moan in agony at their poetry assignment. I'd love to watch a teacher tell them what it means, and then quiz them on its meaning. I won't be around to correct them, of course. Then again, I guess poetry is open for interpretation regardless. It's going to make for a lot of miserable pupils. So many cooler things you can be doing. Eating, if energy hasn't been shrunk to pill form by then. Tweeting, if that's still how people stroke their egos by then. Fucking, if that's how people still stroke each other by then. Sure, bummed I won't be around to see it. Anyways, apologies in advance. If you're someone who hates without cause, someone who can't get their filthy paws off their keyboard long enough to count to two, I don't hate you back. I feel bad for you. Your venom words can't break my callus. I know there's pain behind your malice, because the thing you hate in everyone else is probably the thing you hate most of yourself. Something's the person you want will make you chase them. So chase, chase, chase. Run, run, run. Burn lots of calories while you're at it. Do some squats. Throw some strength training. Sweat, sweat, sweat. Clean up your diet. Don't forget to stretch. Chase, chase, chase. Pruny soon. You'll catch them and then run, run, run away. You have better ways to spend your time than with someone who made you chase, chase, chase. Plus, now you're smoking hot now that douchebag's league. Go you. Hey, you, person who needs to fill the silence. Yeah, you, the one who'd rather chat about the weather and then let a moment go without sound. I'm looking at you, the guy who has to hush the quiet. What are you so afraid of hearing? Your heart works harder than any other muscle. It's got enough to worry about, having the responsibility of pumping blood through your entire body to deal with the extra strain you put on it with all these high hopes and romantic thoughts. All I'm saying is I think it deserves a massage. I had a nightmare. We drove off a highway. A truck was coming straight for us, and we were heading for certain death. That's not a nightmare. That's a dream. in our 5 months, I told you that I loved you. Okay, that's a nightmare. You're an all-you-can-eat buffet, everything I've ever craved, and everything I didn't realize I wanted until I got a taste. Your chocolate sauce on pizza, peanut butter on a cheeseburger, an eclectic mix of things that shouldn't belong together, yet somehow perfectly do. You satisfy my primal hunger and satiate my sweet tooth. I always save room for dessert. But I don't live here, and I know that soon the waiters will start to get antsy. I'll eat, and then I'll have to go home. But until that moment comes, I'll eat as much as I can, sample every delicacy, enjoy every morsel, cherish every bite, overindulge, make myself absolutely sick, so I can remember this feeling, this full, uncomfortable, satisfied feeling when I wake up hungry. Finn, did you read this book cover to cover, or did you skip around a bit? Did you share it with a friend or lover? You better not have. Make that bitch buy their own copy, and I want a Lamborghini. And so that was Adultolescence by Gabbie Hanna. I know I stopped reading the advice part because I just wasn't sure if I'd go with it or if I could relate to it, but I will say this is a pretty good book. I never read any other YouTubers' books, so this is like my first full on one I've ever gotten for myself. So again, those who hate on Gabbie Hanna, this is actually a good book. Again, you may not understand or be able to fully get the rhymes and everything, but I think it's a good poetry book. And whenever I do get to Dandelion, I think I'm gonna have a good bit of fun reading this one as well. Hopefully, my throat won't be so bothered when I'm trying to read this. But yeah, this is a good book. I'm sure this is gonna be another good book, so I'll get to it whenever I can. But yeah, hope to hear from you all later.